Hi everybody, this is Debbie from Stamp On It, and this is a jammy video. Jammy video, I can be in my jammies, you can be in your jammies, and that's all good. So let's get started. This video is just a quick tour of one of our new products, a new product line actually for 2020. It's called Cut-N-Create. Cut-N-Create is designed not only for the stamper in mind, but we also designed it for those people who don't stamp but love to craft. Those people who can't stamp anymore. We have a lot of customers getting up in the years, some of them, that have carpal tunnel issues, have arthritis issues, and they're telling us we want to do these projects, but we can't stamp anymore and we can't get good images. So this is a line of product that's designed for you in mind, but that you still want to craft and have fun with our products. So we're going to just take a quick peek at our Cut-N-Create GlitterFilm Card Kit. Now, our stamp images that are in these kits are also available as stamps, so just keep that in mind. But we also put them into some kits so that you can purchase them already printed onto the cardstock, permanent ink, and that you can indeed watercolor, light watercoloring, do some blending as I'll show you in a minute, chalking. This is 80-pound bright white, ultra smooth cardstock, so it really lends itself nicely to doing different things with the images. We've also included in the kit some of our glitter film, 3 sheets of glitter film in each kit. Glitter film, as many of you know, is opaque as it comes out of the package, but if you peel it, it's adhesive backed and translucent in nature, so we can place it over top of things and give it just a beautiful all over shimmer. So it would look like this. Okay, so I'm just going to go through this kit very quickly. It also contains 12 coordinating overlays. Some are going to be circles, some will be ovals, just depending on the image, the shape of the image. But it will be a coordinating image, or overlay, sorry, frame. You also get your 12 cards and coordinating envelopes. The cards are always pre-scored, makes for easy folding. So you simply score, or not score, but fold. Pre-scored means you don't have to score. So that's what's in the kit, along with detailed instructions, step by step, telling you what to do exactly. I'm going to just go quickly through this. I want to show you something that I really love doing with these kits, and that is taking the image, trimming it to the size I want to work with. It usually will correspond with the overlay that's in your kit, so that when you're done you'll be able to frame the image if you want. You do not need to use the overlays. You can use those for something else, for scrapbooking. If you're into scrapbooking, you can use them in frames. But if you want to, you can use them to finish off these projects as well. So because it's on 80-pound bright white, you have a lot of option of coloring in the image. You can use watercolor products, you can use Copics, Nors, you can use any alcohol-based product. You can do some watercoloring with Tombos, Marvies, blending, that type of thing. You can't get into heavy watercoloring as if you add too much water, because it's not a true watercolor. It will start to buckle, but it certainly does give you, being an 80-pound bright white, ultra smooth, gives you a little bit of diversity there in what you're going to do. So what I want to do is just show you very quickly what we love to do with our images a lot, especially with the Cut-N-Create, is I'm going to add some color, but I'm not going to go directly to my image. If I do, I lose a lot of the ability to blend or move the color. So I'm going to just take a piece of scrap. I'm actually using glitter film, but any non-porous surface. You can use an acrylic block, you can use a piece of butter tub lid, anything like that, and make a palette of your colors. So I'm going to just put a little bit of this beautiful purple on my palette. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow on my palette, and just a little bit of green. And these are Tombow markers. I don't think that was my green, so we'll put some green over here, and we'll put a little bit of brown because I'm going to add a little color to the coffee. I'm not going to color this whole image in, but I want to just show you how it can work with the 80-pound bright white. So now I'm going to take my blender, and when you use a blending pen, this is a Dove blender. You can use a Tombow blender, any blender that is workable with a watercolor product, or water-based product I should say, can be used. I'm using a Tombow. I love the Dove blender, sorry, because it's refillable. I can also replace the tips, and we do sell these on our website. You take this end off, put a few drops in here, and it refills this tube. You can pull this out and put a new tip in when your tip gets ruined, which it will over time. But I love the Dove blender, but I also like the Tombow blender. There's a blender that goes with the Tombows that works really well too. When I clean my tip between colors, I'm always adamant about pulling my pen backwards and just rolling it like a barrel. It draws the color out versus scratching it like this, which really ruins your tip quickly. So try to remember that. Not a lot of pressure on the tip, but pull backwards and roll like a barrel, and it will remove the color that's in there and allow you to switch colors without ruining your next color. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of, actually I'm going to show you a tip that I learned years ago. If you want to do a watercoloring or blending on cardstock, a great way to start is to first color the image just with clear blending in the areas you're going to be working. And I'm just putting on a coating of blending fluid on there. Then I'm going to pick up a little bit of my color, and less is more when you're coloring. What's really cool about this is it gives me a great detail or ability to blend, because I've already sealed that surface with some of the blending fluid. So I'm adding just color. Now by going from the palette onto here, it allows me to use some of the darker colors, which this is a very deep purple, but not have it really dark. I can really use it lighter. I can also blend on my palette before I go to my surface. If I wanted to take a little bit of, say, blue and green and make my own color, or blue and purple, make a special color, I can do that as well. I can also take my pen and I can pick up color directly off the tip and add color in if I want to just darken certain areas. If I get too much color on my blender, I just simply drag it backwards, roll it, and then I can continue. And I can pull that color on my surface. So we're just going to darken the centers a little bit. And when I get too much color, empty it off and pull it out. I can also go directly to my cardstock. Once I've added that blender fluid to the surface that I'm working, it makes it a lot easier to move that color and blend that color. This is a technique you want to practice. It doesn't come easily to some. For some people it's no problem, but you can see how you can do some blending, adding deeper values in certain areas and lighter values. But by putting that layer of blending fluid down first onto your cardstock, you'll find that it will do an amount of sealing before you start coloring. All right, then we're going to just take and we'll pick up a little bit of green here. Add a little green in. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll first just go in and add a light color to my area, and then I'll come back. And I might want to just add a little darker at certain, and then take and blend it outward. And like I said, this is a technique you want to work with to perfect it. Just play with it. Sometimes it's more realistic if there's dark areas versus just all light or all dark. And I always start out with less. Less color is more. You can always go back in and add. It's very hard to take it away. So keep that in mind also. And I'm just going to make my coffee here. I better get the green out first or my coffee is going to look pretty. And I did not go in and add any blender fluid to this area because I'm not going to make this real dark. It's going to be more of a tea looking cup. And we'll add some to our... sometimes just starting at the darker area and going upward just creates that natural darker to lighter shading too. But you get the drift of blending with blending pen. I'm using the Dove blender. You can certainly use Copics on this too. I would definitely go from a palette. If I'm going to use something like alcohol based, I would start with my palette and move on to my piece. When you're done with the flowers like that, once you've got it all colored in, then you can take, if you wish, and cut up the glitter film that's in there to the shape you want to work with, the size. And like I said, the glitter film is adhesive backed. So what we usually do is we worry, what we call worry the edge, rub towards the glitter film side and catch the adhesive. And this goes with all of the projects we work with when we work with glitter film. We never just pull the whole sheet off. You can run into a lot of trouble when you do that. And I'm just going to put this on here. I'm not quite done with my coffee on this one, but we're just going to go ahead and put this on. Line it up as close as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect, because when we frame this, the frame will hide all of those imperfections on the back side. If you're not going to use a frame and you're going to use it as a layer, then you come back and you trim and clean it up with a trimmer. So we're just going to pull this, what we call carrier, out and press down. If you have any bubbles at this point, you can take a pin and pop them if they're really big, but they usually work themselves out when you just press down. And then you could come back in and frame like that. Then you can add your embellishments, whatever you want to do. If you want to come in and add stickers or whatever, or stamp on here, you could stamp that. We have right now 7 different cut and create kits. Show you a couple of them. This is called Fish Friends. My daughter Talia colored this one in, blended it. And we have the Winter Teddy. And I'll just reach down and show you a couple more here. Here is Delicious. It's the birthday cake. It's great for birthdays, celebrations. We have Potted Flowers. This one is really nice for thinking of you or happy birthdays. We have To Someone Special with the flowers and squares. That was one of my favorites. This is a very unique image because the darker areas that should be shaded darker are already printed darker to begin with. So this is a great one to start to learning shading, because you want to shade in darker where the ink is darker. And then we also have Tulip Teacup. It's a fun one too. Great for birthdays or just thinking of you. So check these out on our website. They are called Cut-N-Create GlitterFilm Kits. Each kit makes 12 projects or 12 cards complete. On the back side, you'll see where the overlays and the cardstock will be inside. I believe in this series you get to choose too when you're ordering them. Check on there, but I believe it's going to remind you you have to order the color of the overlay, whether you want black or white. Eventually, we're hoping to come out with these in cream cardstock also, but right now they're available in white 80 pound. So check that out when you order too, to make sure you order your overlays that you want. They'll be in the shape or size that fits the image. We won't sell you a tiny circle overlay or try to let you pick that out. We'll make sure that the overlays offered fit this image, and then you just order your color. So check them out. Cut-N-Create GlitterFilm Card Kits. www.stamponit.net. We'd love to have you order and have some fun. Thanks for listening.